let's get started. The first thing, those who are new to the software, many newcomers have also, has also been joined us. So technical query is, for this is technical query is basically helpful for everyone. So just for the new joinee who are new to the software, for them I just explaining in a small term that what is technical query. Technical query is a unique feature in the Spider software in which you can easily on the basis of your chart and your and the oscillators you can easily make bring out your buying and selling signal as per your conditions you've been providing it. Okay, so basically that has been very helpful and time saver in this live market. Further we'll go why it is needed and why it is important to make technical query. Why do we just don't rely on charts and indicators. Charts and indicators are important, but so as is the technical query or the scanner, which we basically helps to improve the efficiency. So here I have pointed out few of the points that are important for learning. Important in on the consideration that uh, uh, to build a technical query and why you need to build the technical and why you need to learn to build how to build technical query. First thing is it will if once your time is been saved by looking at the signal. If you have the technical, it will save your time, and which will saving your time with the accuracy, you're getting accurate signals like by whatever condition you have made along with your charts and all the confirmation. It will lead to high efficient trading. It's also helpful as a system, signal generation system, like for creating buy and sell signals according to predefined strategy. Yeah, but it has to be quantitative matter, like it should not be qualitative matter, like you can it should be quantifiable. This next same point I have mentioned as it will also as the your query is quantifiable, you will be easily you'll be saving your time, and due to saving of time you can also use your risk management system. Okay, and basically a technical query with the risk management would give you more better trade. It's also efficient for a money management tool as well. Those who are aware of money management tools, they would be easily can relate with this. Like if you have a scanner, you can easily make out when you need to entry, when you need to exit, what all money you are involving in the market, what all you need to safeguard from it. Okay, so this is also effective money management tool as well. And obviously, as I told in the front itself, like it helps to save a lot of time, like rather than physically checking each and all the charts. Now coming forward, we saw like why it's important to build technical query. Okay, now I'll be explaining you what are the prerequisite or you can say what are the effective way of building technical query. Before going to this, I would like to show you, like in the chart, where is technical query is basically located. Technical query is basically located in the query menu. In the query menu you can easily get it. Over here we go to query menu. Over here we go to technical query. You'll get some three dots. Just click any of one of them. You'll get this kind of box. This is our technical query toolbox. From here you can make many magical tools, like you can make your query. For example, you have drawn some averages on your charts, you have some oscillators on your chart. Whatever you have, you can easily from the chart you can directly drop to into this. Okay, you just need to first identify all the things what you needed, and then you need, that is a prerequisite that I was been speaking about. Okay, so let me show you what basically what we were referring to. Okay, so there are basically three-step prerequisite for building effective and correct scanners, or you can say technical query. The first one is to identify the exact quantitative requirement. Like for example, if I go to chart, okay, let me say, let me just give a simple example, like even if I draw just one averages, we'll be going very basic today, like I will running from very basic in the first module, then we'll go slowly we'll go ahead and climb the steps. Okay, so for example, I want to plot the, I just plotted one averages for say simple 30, and in all time frame I added it. Okay, this is my average. Now first you need to identify what exactly you want, like in this, either you want the price should be cutting the average upward, you will get something like this or this one, or you want the candle should be closing above it. Okay, you need to be quantify that thing, like what you exactly need. First you need to identify your requirement. First once you identify your requirement, then you can easily make make the use of technical query and make the scanner accordingly. But first you need to be clear on your mind that what exactly your requirement is. Okay, so let's say for example, say my requirement is that I want price should be crossing the average, then I should be closing above the average also. Okay, so according to this requirement, what all thing I will be needed. Okay, that is my second need. Okay, like I identify what is my quantitative requirement. I wanted that average should be close, the candle should be close above the average, and the it should be cut also. Okay, these are my two requirement. Now the second thing, what the the second step, what it says, what all study will be involved in it. Okay, in this I know there are only two studies involved in this. That one is the average itself, and the second is the price or Chelsea. Like I want the price close to be above it, so I need to mention price close as well. If you want color, you can mention color as well. So for this we have made a specific study named as price OHLC in the technical query, which will be referring to it when we are making it. Okay, so over here you can easily make out that if you want this kind of stuff wherever it's crossing, you can easily make it in the technical query by using simple tools. But first what we did, we just identified it that we want this thing, and we identify the studies also, what all studies I'll be involving in. Third thing, you need to identify the sequence or the flow. Like this was very simple, like this was just one average. But for example, you are dealing with some say two or three oscillators as well. So you need to make sure that you go in the sequence, like first you add the average, then you make the for your oscillators or other indicators. So you need to follow the sequence as well, because the sequence will help you out to go in the correct manner, or not to miss out anything, or not to mess out anything. Okay, for example, say I just build it's all-time favorite, everyone's favorite, like RSI is all-time favorite. So I just added RSI over here. So along with that, if I want my RSI to be growing, I can put that also. Okay, so in this way, instead of me looking into 100 charts manually, if I have a scanner which will identify this kind of thing for me, that will be more helpful for me, right? That's what the technical query do. Okay, before jumping into framing the strategies and how we can frame it, let us first understand what all the components of the technical query it is. Okay, so if we know the components very well, or if we know the features of the technical query very well, we'll be easily able to make it easily. Like if we know where it's located, where it's what function is where located, we can easily make out. Okay, so after this we'll be moving forward the components of the technical query. The first component is the four tabs we have, okay, in the technical query. As you can see, if I open a technical query over here, you can see there's a four tabs over here. The same thing, there's a use of each and every tab. Like for example, say I say study, so this tab is used to build the query, like all the conditions, all the filters you need to mention in this tab itself. Within this tab you can put as many conditions as you want. We have limitations of 50 condition, which is more than sufficient. You can see you have 50 conditions almost, like this is 49, they start from 0. So you have 50 conditions. Okay, at the time you can add whatever you need. You have 8 relationship columns. Okay, so let us go step by step. The first thing to identify what all tab we have. We have 4 tabs. First one is study, then comment, then price historical, and result. This is result is historical and result live query. So this tab, studies tab, is basically to build the query, like what all condition if we need to build it in this studies tab. Okay, after that we have another tab as is comment tab. Comment tab has two uses. One is, for example, you made some query and you do not identify what it is. So what you can do, you can in the comments you can go and write up all your setup whatever it is. Like if you have forgot to for what you have made, you can mention each and every step in it. Okay, in the comment section, and we have provided one separate blank column for it. Like you can write up to this entire page. Okay, along with that you have you can easily able to change the time frames as well. Okay, that will be going in details when we are coming to technical query. Okay, when we'll be making it. Okay, the next tab we have is result historical. Okay, here you have two tabs for live. Okay, those who are using live software, they can utilize both of them. Those who have EOD software, they can use historical. Okay, because they don't have the facility of running the live one, right? So what they can do is for live is basically this tab is used to see the what are the results or what are the my conditions satisfied at one point of time. Like for example, at this point of time, if I'm running a query, or what all if for example, say imagine today is a live, so today is live market, and if at 12 today right now is 12:15 around. Okay, at 12:15 I just want to know at this point of time what all scripts are satisfying my conditions. Okay, then I can run it on historical and find out in historical tab. And this will show me at point of whatever results are coming. Okay, at the point whenever I'm running, it will show me the results at that particular point. Okay, whereas we have another tab as live query. Live query is basically it will check each and every condition whatever you have provided on tick on tick basis. Like for example, say you have provided average crossing upward with RSI, it will check on each and every tick of each and every script or whatever group you have mentioned of. Okay, now moving forward, the next component is I have divided the entire this query section into 4 parts. Okay, this 4 parts is first section is basically is used for saving and loading the query. Like you have all the options of save, load, clear all, help, chart. Okay, these are option. This is basically you can select the group over here, you can select the live historical over here. We'll be looking in detail when we are practically checking on this. Okay, I'm just showing you the components so that it will be handy for you while we are or it will be easier for to refer what I'm specifically looking at which component. Okay, the next component we have is the this study box, or you can say condition formation area. Like whatever condition we want to form, like cutting upward, it should be closing above, or whatever it is. Okay, it should be formed in this particular condition area. Okay, you can, if you click on condition 0, for example, say it will open a study box. Now you, as I told you, the second prerequisite step for building the query, you need to identify the study. That's why I told you that it's a prerequisite, because if you know what study you will be using, it will be easier for you to select the study directly from here and apply your according conditions. Okay, moving further, like for example, say I gave the formula whatever conditions I wanted, I gave the conditions. Now you have a condition relationship which will I be disclosing in detail while forming the thing. Here is a filter box. You can filter it on the basis of date, quantity, last traded, okay, tweets, and you can easily see the results in different kinds of trackers. Like if you want the result not to be shown in this, you want to save the space. You can if you are running an event tracker, you can just shift the result from here to event tracker directly just by clicking over here. Similarly, you have a live query tracker as well. You can check on the same. Now the last part is very important, is for building the relationship. Okay, building a relation means, like, you're not just want one condition satisfying. You want the combinations or a bulk condition to be satisfied together, or in the combination, like whatever it is, like it, whether it's a compulsion or it's optional, it depends on what conditions you want. Now here we have this, as I describe you, this is a description area where you can describe your entire query, whatever you want, like whatever your description of the query, like you can mention, like your entry points, your exit points. Like for example, you're specifying, like after you're getting buy in this, you'll be waiting for the next candle to be closing above the high or anything. Okay, so whatever your conditions criteria, you can mention over here, so that it will be handy for you next time. The next one downside we can see over here is the time frame. This was, I told you, the study description writing area. The next, the bottom one is a time frame modification box. Time frame modification box is basically, for example, you made a query for a daily time frame. Now you want to run the same query on intraday. Okay, or you want to run it on your weekly. What you need to simply need to do, you need to suggest, for example, say, if I just want to change the time frame, I can simply change the time frame, and I can just change all the condition, or I can set the selected condition, which will be looking when we are make building or framing few examples with it. Okay, so I over here, this is for example, those who are using this queries on live, at a point of time, for example, say you want results on equal intervals of time, like for example, after every 2 minutes you want to check the results, or you want to churn the results, churn the entire graph to find out your results. So you can mention in your refresh seconds that whatever thing you want, you can simply mention it over here and check it out. So these were all the components of the specifically about the technical query. Now we'll jump on how we can make it, and how we can make easy queries using simple things. Okay, so right now I'm just doing one thing, like I'm just loading and so let's just load the intraday and check out. So even if you're using it on EOD basis or on live, whenever you're looking for intraday data, you need to click on check box on intraday. Like it's not necessary that you always, when you are live, that at that point only you need to connect. Whenever you want to check the intraday data, you need to connect to it. So we'll be taking three examples as of now. First one would be average breakout. Second one would be RSI breakout, like crossover RSI. Okay. And similarly, we'll see the combination of the both. Okay. So, this data is connected. This is connecting. So in the technical query, basically, if we see, you got the data. First thing what we need to do is we need to identify what all thing we need. Okay, we identify we need crossover. Price should be crossing upward. My RSI should be also crossing upward. I want these two condition and the combination of the both. Okay. So first criteria I am just building up over here is condition 0. I want average. What average I plotted? I have plotted simple 30 average. So I'll put the same input what I have plotted on the chart. So then only you will get the same result, or else you are framing something else and you have plotted something else on chart. Okay, that will give you a random results which will not helpful. Okay, so you need to keep the parameter same as you have plotted in the chart. That only you can compare it and you can check the results. So first thing, I for example say, I say simple 30 over here. This is daily time frame. I go to condition. For example, say I want price cutting upward. Okay, like the average is cutting the price upward. So I selected this condition. Okay, it's very simple language, you can easily understand it. Like price cutting average upward, like price is cutting the average upward. That's simple. Okay, so I selected this. Okay, now this over here it says check on nth back bar. Okay, nth back bar means, for example, say I selected 0 over here because I want it on current. Okay, 0 means current. Okay, and the back bar, if I mention 1 means it will consider the yesterday's candle, like means Thursday's candle. 0 means Friday's candle. Okay, or if you consider today as Friday, the 0 means Friday today, and 1 means back bar, like on Thursday. If I mention 2, it will be Wednesday. If I mention 3, it will be Tuesday. So if you have multi candle time strategy also, you can mention on check bar and back bar that what condition should be satisfied on what back bar. Like for example, say I have three if I have a three candle formation or breakout thing, then I can mention it like on the second back bar I want the breakout to be done. On the first back bar I want it should be closing above the high. On the current back bar I want it should be running above the close of previous close. That's it. So this, in this way you can frame multiple candle strategies as well. Okay, so I'm just looking for the simple one. So I'm doing, I just say price cutting average upward. Okay, so over here I after I say price cutting average upward, I say over here 0, I add it over here. Okay, the next condition what I identify was RSI I wanted, right? So in RSI I wanted two conditions. One was I want the crossover, and the second condition was let me select RSI first. So if you want crossover, like you can mention daily time frame. In the condition you want the crossover of the RSI, you can say cutting average upward. Okay, this is RSI average. If it's cutting upward, you will get the results over here. Okay, so if I say cutting average upward, I say add it. Okay, so these are two separate conditions. Now if I want their separate results, like I want average separate results, RSI separate result, I will tick on both of them. I will just mention as I want the conditions, separate conditions. So I will mention conditions, and over here you can run on entire exchange if you want, and if you want you can run on your specific group. So let's run on your specific group. For example, say I say I want to, you have, see, you have many groups, like you have action defined. If you have made your own group, you can run on your user defined group as well. For example, say I run on this and on derivative near month contracts. Okay, and I say run. See, it's so simple. What we did is we just put the con condition, we tick on condition, we selected the group, we click on historic, and we just put the run. For example, if you need filters, like you don't want penny scrapes or high volatility high rated scrape, what you can mention it over here, like I want scrape to be above 500 only and to be between 10,000. Okay, so I filter it more with the rate. Okay, so earlier I had how many results? I had 6 results. Major of them are like not beyond 10,000. So mostly I will get all the things repeated in the same. But for example, see, if I say 2,000, many things would get removed. Like for example, say I run, see, you can find out, you get 3 scripts get went off, like JMR infra and all. Okay, if I untick this, I will get the same results again. Okay, so these are the results. Like over here, this is in Infi, we got average cutting upward. So if you see over here on the first candle, if you wanted more visibility, what we can do is I just move the candle more ahead. Okay, so this is your current candle. See, so you can see the price is already cutting it upward. Now if you want the price should be close above only, okay, that we'll see further how we can make the relationship between them. Okay, this is separate columns, like you have one column for your average condition satisfying, another column for your RSI. So another one was RSI. Let's check what were the RSI results. We got GMR Infra, you can see it's cutting upward. We got SGFC Bank, we got Indigo, it's just crossing it upward. Okay, LIC, Wipro, that's it. Okay, so for example, say along with the average, I want one more condition. I want the price should be closing above the average also. So over here, what we can do? Okay, over here we can mention, or if for example, say I want the candle should be green. So what we can do, we can use the simple technique of, for example, say two things, like we can either use two line two inputs, okay, which will one will be mentioning the price close, another one would be average. Okay, so for example, say if I want the price close should be always be above the average, what I can do is, we have one study as average two line two input. It means I can give two inputs to two lines. So what I'll do is, I'll make both of them as S1 only. Like I don't want to change their I don't want averages to be made. So I'm making as simple one is the same default conditions. And in conditions, what I do is, I put it should be above the average for last 10 bar. Okay, bench it's above, already above the average for last 10 bar. I can mention it accordingly. Okay, you have other conditions, like if you want percentage wise, you can mention percentage well above average by X percentage, for say 5%, 2%, 5%, you can mention accordingly. So for let's say this as above average for last 10 bar, I added this. Okay, now what we wanted was average and price close. What we need to do, we need to change the inputs. Okay, now how we can change the input in this? It's very simple. Over here it's located one button named as change input, you can click on it. Okay, I want price close to be upside and I want further down is my average. I selected this two. Okay, and I say okay. So but what I want is, I want this to be together. Along with that, I wanted, as I mentioned, I want green candle as well. So what I will do, I'll go to price HLC, as I mentioned, like anything related to open, high, low, close, you can simply go to price HLC. This would be your one point solution for all the things related to open, high, low, close. So we have two studies of price HLC, that is price HLC and price HLC only for intraday. This is specifically for intraday, which is comparing the intraday of previous day of current day, okay, with a few candles, morning candle, evening last candle of previous day, max bar candles accordingly. Okay, so let's say I say select price over HLC, I select the time frame what I want, I go to condition. Over here yeah, sorry, yeah, over here I want green candle. So what I can do is, I can simply select green body for last 10 bar. Okay, the condition is already made, you don't need to make the condition. The conditions are predefined, you just need to select the conditions and that's it. So I mentioned that I want the green body, I selected the green body, I say I want the current by itself, I say add, that's it. Now what I want the relationship between them. Relationship between them, basically I'm coordinating two of them together. Okay, just like let's me give an example. Okay, relationship is basically you for example, say Mr. A. Okay, there is one girl who likes Mr. A. Okay, he quantifies his quality in the list. There is the same girl likes Mr. B as well, and he quantifies the list. Okay, now what he want to find Mr. C, okay, which has both the quantities, like Mr. A also and Mr. B also. Okay, so that is basically you're merging two criteria together, that is be giving a relationship between them. Okay, So basically you can give you can use any kind of conjunctions, basically like compulsion. If you want compulsion, like I want this condition and this condition both, okay, that's compulsory. So what I'll mention and, okay. But if it's optional, like if this is also satisfying, this is also satisfying, both are also satisfying, I'm fine with it. Then you can mention as or. Okay, so this is the two condition which is mostly been used in the technical query. So we'll be using and, because I want these three condition to be satisfied together. So what I'll mention is, what is this? This is condition. What is this? This is the number. What I'll mention is C, the first C from the condition and the number. Let's say I say mention C0. Okay, then I give a space, then I mention and. Okay, you can type and also, okay, if you want. I'm mentioning the sign. If you want, you can type it A and D also. Okay, then again space. You need to give space after, before and after the conjunction, whatever it's or and, whatever it is. So for example, say I want C0 and C1. Okay, no, sorry, I want C2 and C3. Okay, this is my condition. Now what I given is a relationship. So what I need to do, I don't want to satisfy the conditions, I want to satisfy the relations, because I want the complex result now. So what I do is, over here I mention as whatever description you want, like I say is a buy, or you want to say anything else, okay, breakout or whatever it is, you can mention it accordingly, descriptions. Okay, so for example, say I mentioned it over here, I say in the same group, I say run, I got only the infy. See how much filter I got. Okay, earlier I was getting, if I was just running the crossover thing, I was getting five result, now I'm just getting one. And this is because it's satisfying the condition, like it's closing above the average, it's a green candle, plus it's crossing, the average is also crossing. Okay, along with that, if even if I if I want that, I want to RSI also, like, okay, so I can mention another RSI condition, like if the RSI is rising, because if I mention RSI crossover, that will be more error. Okay, let's just put the RSI rising, like RSI is also rising, you can mention the values also if you want, like the RSI should be above 40, 50, 60, whatever as per your conditions. Okay, so you can mention that also, you have conditions so specifically made on that. So I say RSI. Okay, so here you can say you want RSI to be rising for last 10 bar. Okay, you can mention that also. Or if you want condition to be above, below, or between something area, if you want specific range, then you can mention between. So basically conditions are already predefined. What you need to do is, you need to identify what condition you want to use according to your prerequisite analysis, what we did earlier, what I shown you, like before making the query, what you need to do is, you need to make your prerequisite list of what all thing you need, actually quantifying it. That after you know that, you can easily select from this predefined conditions and make your things very easily. Okay, so over here I say, for example, say I want above 16. Okay, I added this. Okay, now I want to add condition 4 also. So what I'll do is, I want either RSI should be crossing, or either it should be above 60. Okay, so what I can do is, I want it compulsion, that RSI should be compulsion, but I want or. So what I can do is, I can give it a complex way, like I can just and space and give a bracket. After giving a bracket, I can say is C2, sorry, C1 and no. What I said, I want optional. So what would I be using? And no, I'll be using or. Okay, this is the way. If you want optional thing, what you'll be using? You'll be using or. But if you want that or condition should be compulsion, you can put it in bracket. Like what I did is, okay, I said C4, like whether it's a crossover, whether it's above the 60, I want either, or if it's satisfying both also, it's fine. Now I know this won't be coming in this small group. I'll be selecting a bigger group, like, you know, let's say Nifty 500. See, you got so many results, like you got in, you know, here you got it this. Okay, so you can see the values is above right now. There's a crossover, there's a value also here above, 60. Okay, 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 value is also above 60 for CRISIL. See, you got just crossover, but the value is not above 60. So see, this is optional thing, right? You know, that your conditions has been satisfied over here, but this is over here is optional. So you're getting someone somewhere else, it's above 60, somewhere it's not above 60, but it's just a crossover. Okay, fin cables, again, if your value is above 60, it's not just crossover. See, value above 60. India Cement, sorry, India Cement, just crossover. Enfi, just crossover. Jagran, just crossover. Okay, so here if I see the we got the conditions as well, like, you know, the Canfin India, Canfin Home was a good condition where you both of the things were satisfying, like the points were also above 60, the RSI value is also above 60, plus it was a crossover as well. Okay, so this is how you can make so easily, like for example, say you want to filter it out over here, you can make the filters accordingly. Okay, now let's say if I want to change the, I don't want to check it on daily, now I want to check this on intraday. Let's say I want to check on intraday 60 minutes. What I'll do, I'll go to comment section, I go to period change, time frame change, modification box. Okay, I go selected intraday, I mentioned my time frame as 60 minutes. Okay, now whether I want to change the condition of the selected thing, or even there is nothing selected as of now over here, but if I selected this one, I will just change that only. Okay, and if I tick over here and just click on selected, it will just change one condition. But if I select all, if I want to change all the conditions, so it's say okay. So now this is running on 60-minute chart. The first thing what I need to do is I need to first put this chart on 60 minutes. So what I can do is I press Control I, I'll go to 60 minutes. Oh yeah. So here I just zoom it out a bit, and I can easily check out, like, you know, you can see you got the signal over here. Condition is satisfying, simply satisfying the condition. Okay. Now what if I want that I want to check on the for say Friday morning. So what is the count? So this is normally on the technical query counts from 0. Like current candle is 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So this is 0. I'll go on 6 candle if I want to check any morning trades were there or not. Wow. We got many results over here. You can say RT Industries. See how perfect it is. Up, Apla Apollo. See. You're getting it. So this is so simple, like, you know, this is the simplest thing, like, you know, what you can make it from this. In the similar manner, you can make many complex scanners with this. Okay, like for example, say this was just one simple input, like, you know, I just took average, I took RSI, and we just made some combination, random combinations. Okay, just for an example. But if you want some specific query, like, you know, you are looking for some averages, or you're looking for some Bollinger Band, or you're looking for Chandler channels, or whatever it is, like, you know, whatever indicator it may be, like you are looking for weighted average. Okay, so accordingly you can just need to mention that conditions over here. Okay, after identifying what all study would be involved, you mention that studies over here, and in sequence, like first I took the RS average, then I took the RSI, then again just to show you, I again add the averages, then price and RSI. But if I would be making, I would be first taking mentioning only the averages, then the RSIs, then the price variance. So the sequence will help you out to not to miss out anything. Okay, so this is the way you can simply make the query. Okay, now you have for example, say if you are running this on live. Okay, so for example, say if I run this on live, what will be happening? Okay, I'll be getting tick by tick results over here consistently. Okay, I would have I can also show you on action replay, but as of now, due to some time constraint, I'm just not showing you on live. I'm just showing you on historical basis, so that it will be helpful for those EOD users also, because they do not have live thing. But those are using live, they are already aware of live query. What you just need to do, instead of putting on historical, you can put it on live, and you can simply check on what all results are coming consistently over here. If you want your live results to be coming on this window, you can select this. If you want your result to be coming on event tracker, okay, event tracker is over here, that's control O. If you wanted the results to be coming on event tracker along with the event selector results, you can put it that also. And even if you want on live query tracker, you can put it on those. Okay, basically this event tracker and live query tracker has been formed to save the space. For example, say I have made 2-3 queries together. Okay, now if I want to run all the three together, let's say these three have different windows, what will happen? It will occupy my entire screen. I won't be able to see my chart. So what can I do is I can run all the queries. Instead of running on this query, what I'll do is I'll select live query tracker. What will it will do? If I select live query tracker, it will be showing me 3 queries result in one window, which will save my space, and which will also be helpful for convenient also, like but only thing you need to mention, you just describe accordingly, like for example, say this is average RSI, I say by average RSI. But if you have mentioned all by in all the three of them, then you will be mashed up it again. So you make sure you describe your description accordingly. Okay, moving further. Okay, along with this, okay, we have for example, say if you want to run this on equal intervals of time, for example, say I want to run this query on every 2 minutes. Okay, so here this is in seconds. What you need to do, if we want 2 minutes, so I will need to mention as 120. But let's say I want to mention it 5 seconds. So you count 1 2 3 4 5, it will run automatically and scan the stocks for me. Okay, so if I'm over here, after 5 seconds, let's say 1 2 3 4 5, it will run automatically and go to the historical period. Okay, this is what you can do, like when you are live. If you don't want live query, you don't want tick by tick data, what you can do, you can specify your entire interval of time, and it will in your interval of time you'll get the results accordingly. Okay, so in this manner we just saw few examples. Now let's see some few more examples. I just give you a very simple example. Let's say if you want to build on MACD, instead of RSI you can select MACD. Okay, you can take any oscillator, like for stochastics you can take stochastic. If you want for example, a smooth RSI, you can take smooth RSI. Okay, I just took a very basic, very common example, because RSI has been used by major of the people, and it's been known by major of the people. Major thing is, okay, you can make query for your Ichimoku, you can make query for, you can make query for any of your study which is available on the chart. Okay, so basically it will be easy for you to save it. Now for example, say I found out some stocks on 60 minutes on, for example, say EOD. What if I want to save this for next day? what you need to do, so it's very simple process. You can save it as a group. What you need to do, click on transfer to report window over here. It will transfer to report window. Now what you need to do, you need to click on save to. Now you can save to your Excel, you can save it to your CSV tags. If you want, you can save to your group as well. So I say group and I say new. Okay. Okay. Now on Monday, if I want to check those scripts together, what I'll do is I'll simply press G. I'll select Art Industries and I'll check accordingly. Okay. So this was we are running on the first candle, so that's why you're getting the candles to be forming over here. But accordingly, if you want, whatever your conditions you're providing, it will give you results accordingly. So technical query is totally defined by you. Like the conditions are predefined, but what things are you choosing will give you combinations accordingly. Okay. So this is how you can simply make technical query using Spider software. Okay, hopefully this simple basic session of technical query will be helpful to you. Okay, I'm looking forward to take another sessions on the same, taking it to another level of advance, where we can see how we can give different studies input and how we can make it more complex queries using some formulas as well. Okay, if you're looking forward to it, just let us know. You can write us on, or you can contact us. You can simply contact us on our new number. Okay, you can note down this number. This is our new landline. Okay, or you can contact us on WhatsApp with any of these three numbers, or you can write us a mail also on this, so that if you really like the session also, you can send us an appreciations, so that it will give us a motivation to conduct such sessions frequently. Okay, and if you're looking forward to for another session, another module of the same, just let us know in the comment section if you need. Okay, so that's all about today's session. Hopefully you all enjoyed it and it was helpful and informative to you.